Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's lair. I'm your Zed-stomping host, Larry, the most gore-covered and filled Chupacabra man on the whole wide interbutts. And, well, it happened. That thing we were talking about earlier last week. Killing Floor 2 is now in full release, and I figured we'd chill out and shoot some Zeds in one of the official community maps that I have yet to check out. We're going to be taking a look at the Infernal Realm by Swift Brutal Death, which is like some sort of weird hellhole-scape map full of like demon shit and fire and brimstone, it looks like. And we'll kind of talk about that one and review it, while also talking about what Tripwire has done with Killing Floor 2 since I was originally playing it, and sort of what we're going to end up seeing as the game sort of progresses into its full release life cycle. Because while the game is in full release, one of the things that is most notable... This place looks really cool. This almost looks like something out of Darksiders. Oh, hey, fatty. Let's not do that, sure. But now that the game is in full release, there are a few things that are hanging out there in the wind. There's definitely a lack of the huge plethora of guns that we were seeing before, that they were promising everybody. We definitely are probably not going to see, say, oh, hi, friend, the martial artist class, because I believe that actually got scrapped due to just not having enough ways to differentiate it from the Berserker, which seems odd. You could just give it some crazy nunchuck kung fu moves. I mean, shit, the Zeds have this capoeira shit going on. I don't see why that couldn't be handled, but basically there's a whole bunch of stuff that they've just kind of not finished, and we're gonna see if they're going to go ahead and keep developing it as we progress into the full release lifecycle. So I'm hopeful. I mean, if anyone remembers Killing Floor 1, while they didn't add an excessive amount of crazy new content that pushed the envelope, so to speak, they did add a fair number of interesting stuff, like a space map and a bunch of different crazy guns that you could get that were kind of a mix and match. There was some development that continued on long after the initial release, including my favorite, which was all of the weird holiday skins that you ran into, from like the hillbilly horror skins, which were Halloween, the crazy Christmas skins. Now if we could just get some demonic leprechaun skins, I would be the happiest cryptid that you ever did see. So I'm hopeful, and not too concerned, that we will eventually get to see some of that content that we're currently missing. That said, I do believe people were reasonably concerned about the development of the game, because during different periods of time in the development, they took a really long time to add stuff that they've been promising for a while. And a lot of people feel like that survivalist class that I previewed earlier in the previous week, which I was kind of on the fence about, was kind of slapdash together as just the last class to release before, you know, the game went into full release. And that's about it. I don't know how I feel about that class. I can certainly say it doesn't feel very original, but on some level that might be the point. I also like how on this map they've got these demonic sort of chest rib cages as the shops. Can we get much higher? I don't know what this guy's asking, so... Alright, here we go. You're dead. So yeah, I mean, basically the hope is that Tripwire continues to add new classes. Probably not a crazy fuckload, because we've already got quite a few. And at this point, we've kind of covered the breadth and width of the gamut for genre of stuff. But at the same time, I definitely believe we could add some more guns to the mix and match. We could certainly add some more weapons that are crazy, sci-fi, and futuristic. So I'm hopeful that we're gonna get a lot of that stuff going on here. Oh, Fatty's still alive. Did you stop it, you little bastards? I'm trying to kill all your friends, but you've all got this crazy new behavior that makes it harder to do that. Oh, that's right, I'm not the firebug anymore. I'm like, why is shit not on fire? But that's right. This chick is, or this dude playing as that goth chick is the firebug. There we go. Everybody's dead. Perfect.
Nicely done.
So, what do I really want from Killing Floor 2? Well, hopefully a bunch of more people come in to make really sick custom maps and start to make a whole assload of mods. And I'm wondering exactly how moddable and adjustable Killing Floor 2 really is. And if it is pretty moddable, hopefully the whole community kind of comes together in one place on either the workshop or something to make getting those mods a lot easier. I really have a lot of phlegm today.
Final choice.
Will the Greatest has left, huh? I wonder what his comment about "Can we get much higher" was about. Was that like a reference to the Doors and their song that pissed everyone off on TV when they didn't change their lyrics? Certainly could be. Can I go through this big door? No. Oh, this is just a dead end, I think. Weird. Alright. Well, then I probably shouldn't be over in here, because this is Murder Town, USA.
Port's closed. Go make a difference.
Oh yeah, there was a bunch of other stuff that we can guarantee that eventually Tripwire, well, not completely guarantee, but there's a pretty damn good chance that they'll release. And that is, we're gonna definitely see at least one more boss, because like I was saying before, back when the game first came out into early access, a bunch of people went ahead and data mined the sound files within the game and discovered sound files for a couple of different creatures, including a twin-bladed Gorefast, which is those red guys that I was just popping the heads off of right there. So instead of like one janky arm and one that's got a blade, it'll just be a running and slashing exclusively creature instead of like, well, I guess he doesn't actually have like an arm. He only has room for more blade. So we will at least see another Gorefast. We'll probably see another boss, because one of the sound files was for the Matriarch, implying that the Patriarch's wife, the Patriarch, of course, being one of the scientists that created the Zeds, she will be knocking around in what seems to be a mech suit that has, like, a shield and stuff. Hopefully not just like Hans Volter, because that would be kind of cheesy and lame. I'm hoping like it's a proper full-on mech, but I won't get my hopes up if not. And so we're gonna have those two, and hopefully a couple other just generic creatures in the Zed lineup. Because one thing I definitely want to see is I want to see more of the variety that they showed in the initial release in all the different types of clots. Because the clots right now, you've got three types of clots. You got the regular clot that looks like he's got a mission to take care of. He wants to do one thing and one thing only, and that is, you know, just claw your eyes out and possibly eat you. The other ones are like the derpy ones, these ones that kind of have like the blacked out eyes. These are like the fucked up ones that didn't get cloned correctly. And then the third one are the ones that look all spiny, like they're halfway between a spiderling and the regular clots. I suppose those are the crawlers. I think that's their official name.
More Zeds on the way.
Oh hey, there's a guy burning alive in here. Neat. So yeah, this is like a hell map. I like this place. This really reminds me of when I played Darksiders. The first one with War. I lost a lot of the same feel from Darksiders when they changed the progression system in number 2, which I think is part of what killed THQ, but maybe that's just me. So I'd like to see that same variance in the clots in just about everything else. Like, I'd like to see a few different crazy variations of the Gorefast. I'd love to see one that can, like, do crazy jumps or maybe fly a little bit. Maybe there's, like, some weird little midgety munchkins that make up the Invisibitches that we could see, the Stalkers. Oh, I got a free cool-ass gun. This is from the SWAT class, I believe. Which I might actually switch to. I'm getting kind of bored with my old fallback, the support class. So a little bit of a mix and match might not be out of the question for me. Okay, that's one of those sadistic clots that wants to touch butts. Oh, the Invisibitches want to say hi to me. Well, it's always good to feel loved, Larry. Don't make a big deal out of it. They just want to touch your booty. It's so juicy and grabbable. You just don't understand. Also, I'm starting to notice that the invisible chicks, they all kind of look like a half-balding old man. So there's that. Oh, and the other thing I suppose that they could continuously add is maybe some different behaviors from the Zeds that they do at higher difficulties, and even adding newer higher difficulties to the game. Because just being stuck with like Suicidal and Hell on Earth as like the ultimate difficulties, once people start maxing out their characters and really playing the shit out of this game with their friends, once it's in, well, now that it is in for early in blah 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 blah. I'm not word holing very well, but now that it's in full release, people are gonna start buying this. People are gonna start playing this with their friends. People are going to start getting it on a big sale. And that means that people are going to eventually start running out of stuff to do. And if you want this game to stay relevant, you're going to want to either release some cheap DLCs, some free DLCs now and again, because, well, trying to sell DLCs right off the bat pisses off a lot of people, because they feel like that should belong in the actual game. But people are going to need stuff to do. And hopefully, you know, based upon their history, I think it's a good assumption that Tripwire will offer some of that.
You made it back.
I think eventually we'll start to see some paid DLC because this shit ain't free. But, you know, it's all out there. Let's change to the SWAT perk, because I like that a little bit better. Let's buy this. Let's sell the shotgun. Let's autofill everything. And I'm feeling good to go. So this is currently my favorite SWAT gun until you get to the most powerful one. This is, what is this? This is the...
We're almost out of time.
Something SMG. I didn't even see it. But basically, this one has the nicest burst for controlled shooting of heads. It's my favorite. So I could definitely say, the guy that made this, Brutal Death, I like this map. This was a good choice for an official community map. I suppose it was probably voted on. There's all these nice ambiances, like skulls, belching poison and bile, and acid, and parts over top of a massive flaming grinder. And just the implication that this is a hellscape. And maybe this would be perfect cannon fodder for the team at Tripwire to release a hellscape event where they actually skin all of the different creatures as demons. You got like imps, and the stalkers could be succubi, and then you can do stuff for the patriarch as being like Satan or Lucifer. You could actually make those two a different thing for whatever reason, or maybe one of them's the Antichrist. Sky's the limit with that.
A decent beginning.
Okay, more Invisibitches. Take care of you. Hey, Husky! How you doing, man? How's working for Husqvarna been doing for you? Not too bad? I'd hope so. Because you work really hard, you're all glowy. One would hope that you got your money's worth out of that whole event of working for that giant landscaping company. Okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe this was not the best way to go. Alright, let's just clean these guys up with our flashbangs. Really liking the different grenades now that they feel a little bit more delineated from one another. Definitely good stuff there. Okay, gotta take care of the things following me. Was there something in here? Or did he wander off? I guess he wandered off, whatever he was. Hey buddy, what are you doing? Nope, nope, that's bad. Don't do that. Larry needs his organs! He needs them in his body to live! No! Okay, there we go. One thing that's weird about playing as the SWAT class is it's kind of like being a cheese grater on some of the higher level Zeds. But I'll take it, you know? There's nothing wrong with being a giant walking, talking cheese grater. Especially since it's almost Thanksgiving time, if you like cheesy mashed potatoes like my family does. Alright, you. So I don't think we really need to stay in here too much longer. It's already about the 15-minute mark, and I think people kind of get bored of me ranting and raving after a bit. So, I like this hellscape map. It's got some nice choke points, it's got a lot of nice ambiance, there's a whole load of really well put together polish, like all of these like, entrapped for all eternity clots that are just, like, eternally doomed and being fondled by fire. So, I really like this one. I wouldn't necessarily say it's 10 out of 10, because I feel like I'm missing, like, a grand area that, like, really just defines this map completely. But I suppose the closest is probably this little entryway right here. Because there's a cool-ass glowing clock thing. Look at that shit. That's like some mystic bullshit or something. So, thanks for joining me, everybody. Killing Floor 2, full release. Looking forward to it. Not too worried about Tripwire not finishing developing things. But like I was saying, there are some concerns from the community because they kind of tossed out the martial artist. The survivalist feels slapdash together, and we're still waiting on some monsters that probably wouldn't be that difficult to get in here. And they also kind of spent a lot of time porting the game before it was even, like, ready to be shipped. Which all equal to things that concern the community. Again, not that worried, so let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Until next time, I've been your host, Larry, the most delectable Chupacabra man. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this with your friends. And I'm going to be jumping in for some more custom maps to rate them coming up in the not-too-distant future. So until then, toodles, everybody.